Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to the Quevcast with me, Rob Baines, and Jack Barker.
That's me. Hello there.
That's him.
Good afternoon.
It might not be the afternoon, Jack. That's the thing.
It will be sometime.
It will be, I suppose. If you're not listening to this in the afternoon,
have a good afternoon. If
you're listening to the morning,
have a great afternoon.
Yeah, and if you've just passed the afternoon, well, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Right. So, hi Jack. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well.
Fantastic.
It's quite cool, right? Because just recently there was a new event for Overwatch. I don't know if you've heard about this.
I don't know. I don't think so, actually.
So I'm gonna, you've never played this event. I don't think you have anyway.
No. Please explain it to me in graphic detail.
Okay, I will. Maybe not so graphic, but because Overwatch is not that type of game. Although it does have graphics, but not graphic graphics.
It does have graphics.
It has graphics, but not graphic graphics.
Mm.
So I'm going to explain the Archives event to you. And then, from that, you can judge whether you'd be interested in delving into the Archives event in future.
Rummage in the archives.
Rummage in the archives, yeah. So, as you know, Overwatch is set in the future.
It is. That is correct.
It's set, I don't know, roughly 60, 70 years in the future, I think. I think so. Might be wrong. Might be a bit less. Might be a bit more. Actually, I think it's probably around 70. I think I'll probably do a quick Google search on that in a bit. Unless you want to find some details there whilst I explain the Archives.
Go for it.
Right. So, Archives has been an event for about 3 years now. This is the third year the Archives event's been on.
Oh.
And it's every year it sort of explores a bit. It's quite different for Overwatch. You've played Junkenstein's Revenge, haven't you?
I have.
So you know how the sort of the wave-ish AI's sort of situation goes. Yeah?
Yes.
So you get waves of enemies and stuff coming at you, and you have to survive to the end. Yeah?
Yes.
Nothing like that.
What?
Well, it is to a degree, because it is AIs. It is AI, like Omnics or like villains and whatnot. Not all the time Omnics. But it's villains, different types of antagonists that you have to fight against.
Okay.
But it's more of they're more of like a mission based mission.
A mission-based mission.
They're like the mission-based missions.
That's the best type of mission, I will say that.
Yeah. But you know how in Junkenstein's Revenge, you stay in the same place and they come to you. You could basically play and, you could stand in the same place, theoretically.
Yes.
Well, in the missions, it's literally like a mission on like a story game where you have to sort of travel through the level and, you encounter different like little bosses or different things happen throughout the mission.
Mm-mm.
So it's like that. There's three. There's the first one, the one released in 2017 was the first one, which was the Uprising Archives event.
Right.
Which explored Tracer's first mission. So it was Tracer,
okay,
supported by Mercy, Reinhardt, and Torbjorn.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all in these like matching gear. They're all like blue uniforms and stuff. Tracer's first mission, and it was set in King's Row. But it's like a really run down, damaged, battle damaged version of King's Row, because it's set in the time where there's like this war, the war with the Omnics.
Right.
So there's all these like waves of different Omnics, and you have to defeat them. You have to capture multiple points, and following that, there's like a little payload you have to. First of all, you have to fix it. Torb has to fix it in the story sense, and what you have to do is you have to protect it. And it's like the payload, but the payload's got health. So it's a bit like how you use the payload in like the King's Row mission in the King's Row normal mode, but it's got health. So these Omnics are constantly firing at it, and you have to sort of fight them off and keep yourself alive, but also keep the payload alive, not alive, but not exploded,
in working order,
in working order, exactly.
That's it.
So that's what you have to do, and then you sort of, once you fix that, it's basically like a payload mission from there, and then following that bit, there's different stages. Following that bit, there's like a big boss battle at the end with big Omnics.
Oh. Ooh.
So it's that's a sensor right there, Ash.
Ashley, there's a beep.
That was a beep.
Sorry, Ashley.
No one knows what Jack just said there because it was censored, obviously.
No, it was a beep.
It was a beep. And Ash, you have to beep that now because obviously we've been talking about the beep, so Anyway, back to the point. Also, it's the way you fail the mission is everyone dies or the payloads get destroyed. But it's a bit like, I don't know what kind of game we would compare it to, but you have to. Oh God! Sorry.
And God bless you, my child.
Thank you very much.
Have a blessed day.
I did have it. So when you die, you just fall over. And you have to wait until someone comes over to you, and it charges like a reviving. So it's that sort of mechanic. So if you've fallen down, you have to wait until one of your teammates comes over to you in the ring, and then it's like a little timer that goes whoop. Unless you're Mercy, where you can revive them straight away if you've got the ability. So it's that sort of mechanic, which is quite cool. And there's different levels. There's like normal difficulty, hard difficulty, expert, and legendary difficulty. Mm-hmm. So it's good. It's really good, and there's a lot of character interactions and stuff as well. So you do get a good chunk of the story. Following that, like the year after 2018, there was an event called Retribution.
Yes,
which explored Blackwatch, which is another part of Overwatch.
Blackwatch?
Yeah.
I can't remember what Blackwatch is.
It's Blackwatch is like, I think Overwatch sort of segregated during its time of like, it sort of split up a little bit, and there's Talon, which is not Overwatch. That's like the almost the opposite of Overwatch, but there's like a darker, more twisted version of Overwatch where like people like Moira, McCree, Genji and Reaper, back when he didn't have the skull face, he was just a human. All these members were like doing it like, I wouldn't say injustice. It's like it's vigilantes,
right?
They're like vigilantes, so it's not in the very hero side of it. It's more a vigilante sort of bad but doing good sort of thing.
Okay.
And that was set in, where was that set? Venice, I think.
Venice?
Yeah, it was set in Venice. And you sort of fought different Talon soldiers and stuff, and there was different enemies like big heavy tanks and snipers and what was that? Oh, what was that thing? It's the assassin. The assassin's annoying as hell because it reminds me of the witch in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
It's like that, but in Overwatch.
Oof. Oof, stay away from them assassins.
Exactly. And they can teleport, so that's even worse.
Oh, jeez.
So it was a mission set in Venice, like that, and that was similar. You going around the Venice map. The Venice map does exist in Overwatch, but this mission was available before the map was out. So it's like they released this, and then they released the map, which they're doing similarly with this new one. And you sort of went on like a reverse version of the map. And there's like different areas in the map that you don't actually see in the actual mission. So there's lots of interactions between characters, and you get a sense of story in it. And this year, 2019, there was the Storm Rising event, which was Tracer, Winston, Mercy, and Genji in their classic gear. Following like a gangster in Cuba.
Oh.
And you follow this gangster type Omnic. He's got a fancy car. He does that sort of flicky coin thing like Connor in Detroit. He does that sort of thing. He's got a lot of contacts. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Tracer has a motorbike for some reason. I don't know why. But that's just a part of the cinematic. You don't ever get to actually play with the motorbike, which is a bit annoying. But it was an epic sequence. You should watch it. You should play it. But anyway, you're fighting Talon soldiers again. You go through the distillery, it's like this abandoned distillery sort of thing, which is quite a cool set. And then there's like a storm. There's a storm in a castle, and there's like another payload you have to use to explode the gate. It's all very exciting. And there's a storm bit.
Right.
There's a storm bit where you have to. Really cool weather effects and whatnot. But there's loads of waves of eyes and stuff, and there's big fight sequences and whatnot. And the cinematics, I think this year they've gone all out with the cinematics. It's like, how they have their cinematic shots and stuff.
Yes.
Well, these are like almost proper cinematic shots within cutscenes and stuff.
Mm-mm.
So it's really cool. But that's it. That's the sort of premise of the archive event. So like bringing a bit more to the lore and the overall storiness of Overwatch.
It's essentially like interactive backstory.
Exactly. It's you playing through the archives, basically.
Fantastic.
Hence the title. Have you got any questions? What is there anything you want to know about these before you delve in at some point?
I don't know.
Go on. I've put you on the spot now.
You have. You certainly have, and you've explained it very thoroughly.
Oh, God.
Which makes it difficult to rack around my tiny brain for a little question.
Here's a question for you to ask.
Yes. Fantastic.
Can you play as any other heroes other than the original four in the story?
That's exactly the question I was thinking of.
Yeah, just say that so it sounds like you
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you play as any other heroes other than the original heroes?
Yes, you can actually, Jack. Funny you should say that.
Fantastic.
Funny you should say that, Jack.
Please inform me.
You can. At the moment, there's 6 ways there's 6 available missions in the archives thing.
Okay.
You can either play the original 3 stories, so you can play Uprising as the story mode. You can play Retribution as the story mode. You can play Storm Rising original story mode. But you can also play them, all three of them, in all heroes mode.
Right.
So you can just pick any characters. So you're not locked. Because you're not locked to the 4 characters. Because most of the time, sometimes when you're playing, you're playing Uprising, and no one wants to be Mercy. No one wants to be Mercy. So sometimes you've got. I've clicked Tracer straight away because I like me Tracer, and then Catherine's locked in as Reinhardt because she needs the Reinhardt for the Chief. Someone else is locked as Torb, and then that one person is at the end, not picked, and they click on and off as if to say, "Can someone change?" But no one does. So you're there for 5-10 minutes before the cave, and then they press the Mercy button, and then we start.
It's just a game of chicken at that point.
It's just a game of chicken, really. There's nothing wrong with Mercy. Mercy's a good character now.
But
Torb's a good character as well.
No one wants to play Mercy. No one.
I don't mind playing Mercy, but at the time I was feeling a bit of Tracer, and I wasn't giving up to temptation. I wasn't giving up. I wasn't giving up to that 10-year-old kid who was, crying his eyes out because he can't be the character he wants to be. I'm not giving in to that kid. I'm not that kind of person.
No. Brutal. Ruthless.
Brutal, exactly.
Quick.
There's also That's a good. What was that? So brutal. What was that? Brutal.
Ruthless. The quick.
Brutal. Ruthless. The quiff cat. Oh my goodness. There's some really good loot box stuff this time as well. Did you know? That hamster. That is it a hamster? No, it's a gerbil.
He's in a ball and he swings around places.
He does. That one.
I've seen him.
But the meme. The Vine. That dramatic. Was it a dramatic hamster meme?
Yes.
A dramatic. Where he turns around like. That one.
I do.
They've made that in Overwatch for Hammond.
The frick? What the hell?
They've done it. They've turned that into a Hammond highlight intro. Equipped with the music to go with it.
That's pretty cool.
So that's one of the best things to come out of this update.
Nice little throwback. Only the aged amongst us will remember this meme.
Only the aged.
Yes.
Aye. So from what I've explained to you.
Yes.
Do you think it's something potentially you'd like to delve back into Overwatch for, Jack?
Well, it sounds interesting.
I
mean, to be honest, you don't really get a lot of the backstory when you're just thrown into it. You're just like, oh, we're a bunch of heroes in Overwatch.
It does. I do admit it is Archives is my most favourite. Most favourite? Is that? Yeah.
My favourite.
It's my favourite event from Overwatch. Because it does bring something to Overwatch that it needs. I feel that Overwatch doesn't have that sort of story element. I know it's not about that, but there's a lot of people who really love the story. So I kind of wish it was something that was available all the time.
Yeah.
But then again, it wouldn't make the Archives event an Archives event, would it?
Nah, it wouldn't make it special. I mean, there's going to be people who come back for it every year with something different. And that's what makes it special. Exactly.
And they bring out a new one each year. And if you've missed your slot to play it this time round, you can play on the Overwatch anniversary. You've played during Overwatch anniversary, haven't you? because they play like you can play all the different modes again, like Junker's Revenge and like the snowball fight stuff.
I don't think I have played during the
anniversary. Okay.
No, I'm
it's a rarity. It's a rarity that you pop on Overwatch, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to be honest.
We've played during October, and we've definitely played Junkenstein's Revenge.
We did.
And I know we have. But I think Archives is something we need to do, because it's. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you will enjoy it. Because it does feel more teamy. And it's a bit less ragey.
Bit less ragey.
A bit less ragey.
I can always use that. A bit less stress is always great.
I think the way to go into it is enjoy it in normal mode, because normal's quite manageable in level wise.
Okay.
And then if you want to challenge it up a bit, pump up the difficulties. I have found that I did alright in Expert on PC, but I can never do Expert that well on console. Yeah, I still find it's weird. I'm getting used to Overwatch on PC recently. So you never know.
It's just a bit of a shift to go from a keyboard
bit of a
and
shift
mouse to a controller.
It is. I think that's probably the obstacle. But as soon as you've got that down, you've got them finger movements down.
It's easy.
The aiming mechanics are much better.
Exactly.
Because you just point and click. That's all it is.
Literally. Point and click.
Point and click. Easy.
Absolutely.
Right. Before we go any further, I'd like to take this moment in time to introduce our sponsor for this.
Thank you, sponsor.
This Quiffcast.
Right.
And over to you, Jack.
And now here's our real sponsor. Take it away.
No, Jack. I have literally. This is your moment, Jack.
But I'm not good at coming up with sponsors. I've been thinking all day. I am.
Jack,
I'm done.
Quiffco has a new product.
Fantastic. Tell me all about it right now.
I will. Handing over to Jack.
What?
The new Quiffco product. You know the one.
I don't. I wish I did.
What if I gave you a Quiffco product and then like a name of one, and then you just have to tell me what it does?
Fantastic.
Would that be better?
Give me a product. I'll sell it to the end of the earth.
Okay. So, it's the Quiffco Unlimited floppy disk.
There was a lot of dead right there. It's the unlimited floppy disk.
The unlimited floppy disk.
Have you ever wanted to bring back the floppy disk? Forget CDs, forget Blu-rays. Let's bring it back, that nostalgic floppy disk. Or disque, as they would call it in France.
Disque. There's no one like... Disque.
It has, listen, over 3 megabytes of storage.
3 megabytes?
3 megabytes. It's unlimited, up to 3 megabytes.
That's quite good for a floppy disk.
It is.
3 megabytes.
It is fantastic. Normally you can only fit like 1 kilobyte. Don't quote me on that. 1 kilobyte of storage. But now you can store up to 3 megabytes. Just imagine how many song you can fit on that.
How many song? How many song?
If you want to place an order for the Quiffco Unlimited floppy disk, Diskway, you can place your order by calling 555 56 56 661. and it costs, right, just a low price of 3,000.
3,000.
3,000. It's a steal. It is
3,000 what?
3,000 megabytes. Just transfer us your megabytes, and we'll give you the Quifco Unlimited floppy disk way.
So, in exchange for 3,000 megabytes,
yes,
which is essentially, is that 3 gigabytes? Is that safe to say?
Roughly.
In exchange for that 3 gigabytes, roughly.
Yes, roughly.
You get 3 megabytes.
Bearing in mind, that's a rough estimate.
Rough estimate of 3
Your
gigabytes.
mileage may vary. Maybe higher, maybe lower. Don't know.
Yeah, depends on the exchange rate.
You've got unlimited storage.
3 megabytes.
Up to 3 megabytes for
Fantastic.
that 3 gigabytes.
And on a floppy disk.
A floppy disk way.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
That's interesting, because I've just looked up on Google.
Yes.
This is off the reliable source, Wikipedia.
Right.
First 8-inch floppy disk had a storage capacity of about 80 kilobytes.
Oof.
By 1986, IBM introduced the 3.5-inch floppy disk, which is, I think, the one with the size we're talking about.
Right.
With 1.44 megabytes of storage space.
Huzzah!
So you are essentially doubling
a floppy disk.
Doubling a floppy disk.
We call it the floppy disk squared. For
floppy disk squared. Even though it's already a square.
In brackets. Exactly. That's the pun. But you don't need to let them know that. Only our listeners will know. Exactly.
Brutal.
So place your order at 116523456532.
Did you check? Is that the secondary number? Because I'm sure that was a different...
No, it's the same number. Trust me.
It's the same number?
Trust me. Ashley, confirm? Confirm?
Nope.
Oh, there he is.
Has been confirmed. Thank you very much.
Well, I suppose if it's confirmed by Ashley, then I suppose I better believe it.
It's got to be true. If Ashley says it's true.
Got to be true.
Right, Ashley? Right, Ashley?
Nah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
I think that's good. That's good sales pitch.
Thank you. Tried my best.
It's. I mean, I think I'm going to give you a job at Quifco.
Oh.
Because we've only got a total of one. We fired Charlie.
What happened to Charlie?
Well, Charlie, you should hear the products he was selling. It's just not.
Charlie,
wasn't worth it.
You're letting us down, man. You're letting the side down. You're letting the sales team down.
I think
You've let yourself down.
You got Charlie's position.
Oh, fantastic!
There might be an opportunity for you guys to fight it up for.
Fight it up.
Like a knock. A sales pitch off.
The sales pitch off.
That might be a good little quick cast. That
special episode.
The sales pitch off. Yeah, Charlie versus Jack. There, I've just made a new episode right there.
Don't tell them all our ideas.
No. So yeah, that might be a future episode. Might not be. Depends on Charlie's internet. But anyway, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Quifcast. If you enjoyed it, follow or subscribe on whatever platform that you listen to these Quifcasts on. Did I say that word right? I'm not sure.
Quifquafts.
And if you enjoyed it as well, you can also join the new Robcam Central Discord, and you can stay updated on when these Quifcasts go live, along with when our live streams happen and when videos happen and when anything Robcam happens. You can find it on that Discord server.
Join today. Don't delay.
The invitation is on social media.
Just a social media.
It is. I mean, I can't put a link in this audio because I don't think hyperlinks work in audio form. I could read out the link, I suppose.
It might be very long.
So I'm going to do it anyway.
Do it.
Because I said it. So HTTPS. The colon things. You know those colon things?
I call it a colon, no idea.
Is it semicolon?
I don't know. Does it have a comma at the bottom?
No.
Oh, it's just a colon then.
Just a colon. So HTTPS colon / Discord, as in spelled DISCORD, .gg, as in good game, / capital C, capital W, lowercase v, capital X, capital X, capital M, capital X. So there you go. That's the current link. That might change at some point, but for the moment, you can use what I just said to gain access to our Discord.
Fantastic.
Isn't that wizard?
And you can chuck us a message.
You can chuck us a message. You can even load up Discord on your new Quifco unlimited floppy disk, and you're good to go. Good to go.
Fantastic. Just imagine all the message you can store on that.
All the message, there's a character limit. There's a character limit to 3. So it's so you need a few floppy disks to send a message, but if you're sending lol, you covered, I think.
Fantastic.
So,
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Hope to speak to your ear holes again very soon. Ta-ta for now.
Goodbye.
Oh, for God's sake.